Prostitution has long been called the world's oldest profession. For as long as we've been alive, we know that people have been selling sex for some sort of gain. Reality check, folks. If prostitution has been around that long, it's not going anywhere. The legalization of prostitutes could solve a lot of problems that are caused by illegality, such as safety concerns, human abuse, and a major reduction in criminal activity. The more laws we throw at it, the bigger and bigger this country's sex industry becomes. We saw this exact same problem during the alcohol prohibition in this country before, and if we learned anything from the past, it's that we repeat our mistakes. Why is it illegal to charge for a service that is still in high demand? Sex work shouldn't be labeled any more moral than a chocolate or distilling industry. Sex work is a victimless crime, and the people who would legally be in the prostitution business should be able to do whatever they want with their bodies, whatever that may be, for a profit, for a gain, or anything else that doesn't hurt another person. If prostitution was to be legal or decriminalized, our risk of STDs has the potential to decrease dramatically. There was a research shown at the International AIDS Conference in Australia showing the transmission of HIV among sex workers could significantly be reduced by around 33 to 46% if prostitution were decriminalized. All sex workers that work in the legal brothel, or whatever you may want to call this legal institution, would be healthier. From Priscilla Alexandra, the co-founder of the National Task Force on Prostitution, said for HIV to succeed, the conditions of the risk must change. Of course, it's impossible to eradicate all of STDs when sex is still going on, but making it legal sure would help. Prostitutes would be forced to consistently take blood tests to ensure they were clean, as well as the clients, maybe on a monthly basis. Prostitution has always been a business. It's just never been able to be ran correctly. Not only would STDs go down, so would the cases of rape and abuse. Illegal prostitutes in America are extremely vulnerable to violence from customers and pimps. According to Business Insider, a study of San Francisco prostitutes found that 82% of prostitutes had been raped while working, and another study showed prostitutes in Colorado Springs found they were 18 times more likely to be murdered than someone of their age that was not a prostitute. When prostitutes come into a situation in which they are being hurt or abused, they're much less likely to call the police, considering their job is illegal. Cops can't lock up a man for hitting a woman if the reason they're in the same place at the same time was for sex. If there were brothels to put around the country, there would be safety there to back them up, and the police would actually be able to do the right thing and lock up the real criminal. Streets would most likely be a little more clean as well, once you get rid of the pimps that handle these prostitutes, because they also handle many other illegal activities on the side. Generally, these pimps are known to push other illegal items, such as stolen products or a lot of drugs. Once prostitution came legal, brothels would be considered as a legal and licensed business. And just like any other business, these owners are merely here to make money and be seen as a trouble-free and law-abiding corporation. Unless prostitutes are being abused by their pimps or customers, which they wouldn't be if made legal, prostitution is realistically a victimless crime. If you're in the business of prostitution, you weren't forced into it. The chances are you decided that's how you wanted to make an earning. Women, or men, all have the right to do what they want with their bodies. Whether they hide it, flaunt it, surgically change it, or make it out of a profit, it's only important to them. What other people do to their bodies doesn't matter to you. Prostitutes are not committing a harmful act, but more so a pleasurable one. They know they're able to make an economic exchange for the product of sex that everyone wants. If made legal, prostitution would expand the economy through sex industry in a huge way. Illegal prostitution is a business in America, but that business pays zero taxes. There are millions of dollars spent every year on prostitutes, and it's helping no one but the party committing the act. Legal prostitution could actually be a legitimate source of tax revenue, and just like what happened with marijuana, the stocks would dramatically increase. Our government can not only prevent these injustices by instituting legal brothels, they could also make a pretty penny. What else could a healthy, smart, good government ask for? Make it illegal, criminals turn it into a monopoly. Make it legal, and you're giving business-savvy entrepreneurs a chance to compete. Everyone could make money and be happy. For example, in Switzerland, where in some areas the business is legal, there are designated areas for sex, sometimes called sex boxes, in which the workers must acquire a license permit as well as paying a tax to such facilities. Prostitutes also now don't receive customaries that legal jobs do, such as minimum wage, freedom of discrimination, and all your other basic labor rights. Prostitutes are people too. Shouldn't it be fair they receive equal compensation for their work just like you do? Our country is in debt, and the more revenue we can earn, the better. It's time to put your emotions aside and see the logistics of prostitution. Decriminalization is not under any circumstance the solution to all the wild injustices you may find in the illegal prostitution world. But it is a starting point. You can now see if the business was made legal, we could really help solve, or even better, just address the serious problems of the underground business that is right now. Prostitution will decrease health risk, make the job safe for its workers, and provide taxes for its government. The sex industry is just as legitimate as any other. They just want to make money. I hope you have a better understanding of why prostitution should probably be legal. And thanks for listening. I'm Taylor, and thank you.